Malcolm, you're ready.
Okay, so welcome everybody to this special day of Sakadawa. So Chenrezig Institute asked me to give a little talk about Sakadawa. So Geshe very kindly taught about Sakadawa 2 weeks ago. So I've just taken some notes from his teaching, and so I'm going to share some of them. So Sakadawa is it's during the 4th Tibetan month, and the virtue this month is multiplied 100,000 times. Kabje Lama Rinpoche will probably say it's multiplied 500,000 times.
3 times.
300.
300,000.
Oh, 300,000 times. Thank you. So that's amazing, auspicious. So we engage in virtuous practice during the month of Sakadawa, and especially on the day of Sakadawa, we generate huge accumulations of merit. So there's 2 particular reasons that the power of merit is greater. The 15th day is a 3-fold anniversary of Shakyamuni Buddha's birth, death, and enlightenment. So the Buddha Shakyamuni descended from Tushita realm into the human realm by entering his mother's womb at conception. So that's the birth. And then at death, he entered parinirvana. And he also showed the attainment of enlightenment. So these are the 3 anniversaries of Sakadawa. So on the day of these primary anniversaries, the body and mind experience a particularly close and deep relationship. It's our body and mind, and the body and minds of all beings. So the 15th day of each Tibetan month, there's a full moon. And when the moon is full, there becomes a balance of the elements. So not only environmentally, but also within our own bodies. And this body and mind at this time in balance, and our thoughts have much more potency, especially the thoughts that when we associate our mind with the Dharma. So because of this, we can be confident that the virtue created is at least 100,000 times more powerful. So during the month of Sakadawa, we can generate, or we can meditate on the Dharma, study, reflect, and meditate to generate merit, and to train our mind in the stages of the path. And we also take care to generate peace by abiding in virtue and avoiding non-virtue, and particularly refraining from harming others. And as I said, listen to the words of the Buddha, study, reflect, and meditate to transform our thinking and changing our mental activity. And in turn, our physical actions of body and speech change as well. We change our mind, we change the actions of our body and speech to virtue. So Geshe explained how to utilize Sakadawa. So the month of Sakadawa, in particular, the day of Sakadawa. And Geshe explained that it's good to recite the Mani mantra, or Mani Padme Hum. So in doing so, we first generate a good heart. So we generate loving kindness and compassion. So the wish for others to be happy, and the wish to be others to be free from suffering. And holding these in our heart very deeply, and sincerely wishing for others to be happy, free from suffering, we recite the Mani mantra, and we recite that for the benefit of others. So the heart of Buddhism is compassion. And when that arises in one's heart, and others around us are working on a similar intention, others also can generate that mind of compassion. And that gives rise to peace in ourselves, those around us, and those in our families and the communities that we are living in. So working to develop this loving kindness and compassion in our hearts to enable peace in our own minds, our communities, and therefore the greater aspect of world peace as well. So this is good to prepare for Sakadawa, to engage in these practices at the time of Sakadawa, so to generate loving kindness, compassion, and the merit associated with that. Okay. Yes. One more.
I have
good news or very special. And last February, I went to India with Holland and Carvin and Robert. And I met with Dalai Lama and Jabji Lama Suvarmachi and good Dharma friend in Korean group. And that time, this group say help to me or help to Cherisi, this new project, New Gomba, and Buddha Shad. In English.
Aminki is Mr. John Sola, and with JH.
Yeah. They came to Cherisi yesterday, and this very special day because today is Buddha's birthday and Buddha coming to Buddha's day. And they also offering for Buddha's statue $2,300 US.
Sorry, Bishop, but it's 3,000.
23,000.
Oh.
23,000. 23,000 US. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sorry, my English is not good. Sir.
We'll start on page 102. Nature incorporating the entire body, speech, mind, qualities, and activities of all the parts of the 3 times and 10 directions, source of 84,000 collections of dharmas, Lord of all Arya Sangha. I seek refuge in the kind and glorious holy root and lineage gurus. I seek refuge in the completely enlightened Lord Buddhas. I seek refuge in the holy Dharma. I seek refuge in the Arya Sangha. I seek refuge in the 8 brothers gone to bliss, law of medicine Buddhas with the host of retinue deities. I seek refuge in the glorious holy protectors, Dharma protector guardians endowed with the wisdom eye. Nature incorporating the entire body, speech, mind, qualities, and activity, all the Tathagatas of the 3 times and 10 directions, source of 84,000 collections of dharmas, Lord of all Arya Sangha. I seek refuge in the kind and glorious holy root and lineage gurus. I seek refuge in the completely enlightened Lord Buddhas. I seek refuge in the holy Dharma. I seek refuge in the Arya Sangha. I seek refuge in the 8 brothers gone to bliss, Lord medicine Buddhas with the host of retinue deities. I seek refuge in the glorious holy protectors, Dharma protector guardians endowed with the wisdom eye. Nature incorporating the entire body, speech, mind, qualities, and activities, all Tathagatas of the 3 times and 10 directions, source of 84,000 collections of dharmas, Lord of all Arya Sangha. I seek refuge in the kind and glorious holy root and lineage gurus. I seek refuge in the completely enlightened Lord Buddhas. I seek refuge in the holy Dharma. I seek refuge in the Arya Sangha. I seek refuge in the 8 brothers gone to bliss, Lord medicine Buddhas with a host of retinue deities. I seek refuge in the glorious holy protectors, Dharma protector guardians endowed with the wisdom eye. Sangye chodan sogi chonam la janchu badu dani kapsuchi. Dagidin sogi pesanam ki. Drola penchi sangye rupashu. Sangye chodan sogi chonam. Janchu badu dani kapsuchi. Dagidin sogi pesanam ki. Drola penchi sangye rupashu. Sangye chodan sogi chonam la janchu badu dani kasu dagidin sogi pesanam ki chola penchi sangye drupashu. All sentient beings who although self and all appearances of Dharma Dhatu Manu have not realized it thus, I shall endow with happiness and the causes of happiness. I shall separate from suffering and the causes of suffering. I shall make inseparable from happiness without suffering, and I shall set in equanimity the cause of well-being, free from attachment, aversion, and partiality. All sentient beings who, although self and all appearances of Dharma Dhatu by nature, have not realized it thus, I shall endow with happiness and the causes of happiness. I shall separate from suffering and the causes of suffering. I shall make inseparable from happiness without suffering, and I shall set in equanimity the cause of well-being, free from attachment, aversion, and partiality. All sentient beings who, although self and all appearances of Dharma Dhatu by nature, have not realized it thus, I shall endow with happiness and the causes of happiness. I shall separate from suffering and the causes of suffering. I shall make inseparable from happiness without suffering, and I shall set in equanimity the cause of well-being, free from attachment, aversion, and partiality. For the welfare of all mother sentient beings, I need to attain complete Buddhahood. Therefore, I'm going to engage in the stages of such as prostrating, making offerings, and heartfelt requests, entreating the holy minds to grant blessings. To the 8 brothers gone to bliss, the Lord Medicine Buddhas with through the power of the supreme truth of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas' blessings, the might of the 2 collections, and the purity of the Dharma Dhatu, may this realm's beings and environment be rich like Sukhavati, with all the desirable perfections of both samsara and nirvana. Jewel ground adorned with trees and with ponds whose bottoms are covered with gold, silver, and pearl, flowers strewn and sandalwood fragrance rising, human and divine enjoyment, Samanta Bhadra's offerings everywhere. There in the center of a charming jewel palace, lights and lion thrones, Buddhas and Bodhisattvas abide. May everywhere be filled with oceans and clouds of offerings which they enjoy, born through the force of samadhi and aspiration. So we'll turn back to page 51. So we're going to do the light offering prayer. And I'm going to hand this over to Venerable Pema.
So page 51, we can do the motivation together. Reflecting. The purpose of my life is not only to solve my own problems and gain happiness for myself, but to free all beings from their problems and lead them to all happiness, especially the state of full enlightenment. Therefore, I myself must first achieve complete enlightenment. To do this, I must complete the 2 accumulations, the merit of fortune and the merit of wisdom. Therefore, I'm going to make charity of these light offerings and make offerings of these lights to the merit field. We can also keep in mind the new project, the new Gompo and development for the center as we make these offerings as well, since we're accumulating so much merit. And because we're making light offerings, it's a way to dispel the darkness of ignorance and confusion in our minds so that we can really accomplish the welfare of all sentient beings. So the offerings, we can first bless. Oma hum, Oma hum, Oma. Think that you received these offerings through the kindness of all sentient beings. Think these offerings are not mine. Make charity of the offerings to all the hell beings, predators, animals, humans, asuras, and suras. This is done to counteract the thought that these offerings belong to us. Think that we're making these offerings on their behalf. We and all other sentient beings are going to make offerings to the Buddhas together. Generate great happiness at having accumulated infinite merit by thinking in this way. Also think that these offerings are given to every sentient being of each of the 6 realms, becoming whatever they need for both temporary and ultimate happiness. I actually make and mentally transform the offerings of humans and devas. May Samanta Vajra clouds of offerings pervade the whole sky. Om Namo Bhagavate Vajrasara Pramatana Tathagateya Ahate Samyata Guraya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vajrasara Pramatana Tathagateya Ahate Samyata Om Namo Bhagavate Vajrasara Brahmadana Tathagateya Ahate Samyata Guraya Sayata By the power of truth of the three rare sublime ones, the blessings of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, the great wealth of completed two collections, and the sphere of phenomena being pure and inconceivable, may these clouds of offerings arising through transformation by the Bodhisattvas, Aryas, Samantabhadra, Manjushri, and so forth, unimaginable and inexhaustible, equal in the sky, arise in the eyes of the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions, be received. Okay, so first we make offerings to all the holy objects here in this place. Every single tanka, statue, stupa, scripture, picture, satsa, relic, and prayer wheel, by seeing them as inseparable from one's own virtuous friend, who is one with all other virtuous friends. And so we prostrate, make offerings, and generate great bliss in the minds of the holy Guru Buddhas on receiving. Prostrate, offer, and generate great bliss. Then we make all these offerings, both real and visualized, to every single holy object in this country, all the statues, stupas, scriptures, pictures, all the centers, altars, every single altar in people's homes, the prayer wheels, satsas, and any virtuous friend in this country. By seeing them as inseparable from one's own virtuous friend, we present these offerings many times, and in this way generate great bliss in all the holy minds. Prostrate, offer, and generate great bliss. Then we make all these offerings, both real and visualized, to every single holy object in India, including the Bodh Gaya Stupa, where 1,000 Buddhas descended. We also make offerings to all the holy beings in India, including His Holiness the Dalai Lama and other virtuous friends that you have there. By seeing them as inseparable from one's own virtuous friend, we make the offerings many times, and in this way generate great bliss in all the holy minds. Prostrate, offer, and generate great bliss. We make all these offerings, both real and visualized, to every single holy object in Tibet, including the Joa Rinpoche in Lhasa, that was blessed by Guru Shakyamuni Buddha himself. By seeing them as inseparable from one's own virtuous friend, we make the offerings many times, and in this way generate great bliss in all the holy minds. Prostrate, offer, and generate great bliss. We make all these offerings both real and visualized to every single holy object in Nepal, including Bodhanath Stupa and Swayambhunath Stupa, and any virtuous friends in Nepal. By seeing them as inseparable from one's own virtuous friend, we make the offerings many times, and in this way generate great bliss in all the holy minds. Prostrate, offer, and generate great bliss. We make all these offerings both real and visualized to every single holy object in the other Buddhist countries such as mainland China, Thailand, Taiwan, Burma, and so forth, by seeing all the holy objects as inseparable from one's own virtuous friend. We make the offerings many times, and in this way generate great bliss in all the holy minds. Prostrate, offer, and generate great bliss. We now make all these offerings both real and visualized to every single holy object in the rest of the world by seeing all the holy objects as inseparable from one's own virtuous friend. We make the offerings many times, and in this way generate great bliss in all the holy minds. Prostrate, offer, and generate great bliss. We make all these offerings both real and visualized to all the 10 direction Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. By seeing all of them as inseparable from one's own virtuous friend, we make the offerings many times, and in this way generate great bliss in all the holy minds. Prostrate, offer, and generate great bliss. We make all these offerings both real and visualized to all the 10 directions, statues, stupas, and scriptures. By seeing them as inseparable from one's own virtuous friend, make the offerings many times, and in this way generate great bliss in all the holy minds. Prostrate, offer, and generate great bliss. We make all these offerings both real and visualized to Buddha Chenrezig by seeing Chenrezig as inseparable from His Holiness the Dalai Lama and one's own virtuous friend. Make the offerings many times, and in this way generate great bliss in all the holy minds. Prostrate, offer, and generate great bliss. We make all these offerings both real and visualized to the 7 medicine Buddhas, which is the same as making offerings to all the Buddhas by seeing them as inseparable from one's own virtuous friend. We make the offerings many times, and in this way generate great bliss in all the holy minds. Prostrate, offer, and generate great bliss. Then we make all these offerings both real and visualized to the Bodhisattva Kshitigarbha by seeing him as inseparable from one's own virtuous friend. Make the offerings many times, and in this way generate great bliss in all the holy minds. Prostrate, offer, and generate great bliss. Now we can do the actual light offering prayer together 5 times. These actually performed and mentally imagined light offerings, the manifestation of one's own innate awareness, the Dharmakaya. These clouds are offerings seeking in the infinite sky. I'm offering to all the gurus and the 3 rare sublime ones,
and to all statues, stupas, and scriptures, all of which are manifestations of the Guru. I have accumulated infinite merit by having generated bodhicitta, having made charity to the sentient beings, and having made the actual light offerings to the Guru's triple gem and to all holy objects of the 10 directions. Due to this merit, whoever I promise to pray for, whose name I receive to pray for, and whoever prays to me, principally servants, benefactors, and disciples, as well as all remaining sentient beings, living and dead, may the rays of the light of the 5 wisdoms completely purify all the degenerated vows and samaya right now. May all the sufferings of the evil gone realm cease right now. May the 3 realms of samsara be emptied right now. May all impure minds and their obscurations be purified. May all impure appearances be purified. May the 5 holy bodies and wisdoms spontaneously arise. These actually performed and mentally imagined light offerings, the manifestation of one's own innate awareness, the Dhammakaya. These clouds are offerings even in the infinite sky. I am offering to all the gurus and the 3 rare sublime ones, and to all the statues, stupas, and scriptures, all of which are manifestations of the Guru. I have accumulated infinite merit by having generated bodhicitta, having made charity to the sentient beings, and having made the actual light offerings to the Guru's triple gem and to all the holy objects of the 10 directions. Due to this merit, whomever I promise to pray for, whose name I receive to pray for, and whoever prays to me, principally servants, benefactors, and disciples, as well as all remaining sentient beings, living and dead, may the rays of the light of the 5 wisdoms completely purify all the degenerated vows and samaya right now. May all the sufferings of the evil gone realm cease right now. May the 3 realms of samsara be emptied right now. May all impure minds and obscurations be purified. May all impure appearances be purified. May the 5 holy bodies and wisdoms spontaneously arise. These actually performed and mentally imagined light offerings, the manifestation of one's own innate awareness, the Dhammakaya. These clouds are offerings even in the infinite sky. I am offering to all the gurus and the 3 rare sublime ones, and to all the statues, stupas, and scriptures, all of which are manifestations of the Guru. I have accumulated infinite merit by having generated bodhicitta, having made charity to the sentient beings, and having made actual light offerings to the Guru's triple gem, and to all holy objects of the 10 directions. Due to this merit, whomever I promise to pray for, whose name I receive to pray for, and whoever prays to me, principally servants, benefactors, and disciples, as well as all remaining sentient beings, living and dead, may the rays of the light of the wisdoms completely purify all the degenerated vows and samaya right now. May all the sufferings of the evil gone realm cease right now. May the 3 realms of samsara be emptied right now. May all impure minds and their obscurations be purified. May all impure appearances be purified. May the 5 holy bodies and wisdoms spontaneously arise. These actually performed and mentally imagined light offerings, the manifestation of one's own innate awareness, the Dhammakaya. These clouds of offerings even in the infinite sky. I am offering to all the gurus and the 3 rare sublime ones, and to all the statues, stupas, and scriptures, all of which are manifestations of the Guru. I have accumulated infinite merit by having generated bodhicitta, having made charity to the sentient beings, and having made the actual light offerings to the Guru's triple gem, and to all the holy objects of the 10 directions. Due to this merit, whomever I promise to pray for, whose name I receive to pray for, and whoever prays to me, principally servants, benefactors, and disciples, as well as all remaining sentient beings, living and dead, may the rays of the light of the 5 wisdoms completely purify all their degenerated vows and samaya right now. May all the sufferings of the evil gone realm cease right now. May the 3 realms of samsara be emptied right now. May all impure minds and their obscurations be purified. May all impure appearances be purified. May the 5 holy bodies and wisdom spontaneously arise. These actually performed and mentally imagined light offerings, a manifestation of one's own innate awareness, the Dhammakaya. These clouds are offerings even in the infinite sky. I am offering to all the gurus and the 3 rare sublime ones, and to all the statues, stupas, and scriptures, all of which are manifestations of the Guru. I have accumulated infinite merit by having generated bodhicitta, having made charity to the sentient beings, and having made the actual light offerings to the Guru's triple gem, and to all the holy objects of the 10 directions. Due to this merit, whoever I promise to pray for, whose name I receive to pray for, and whoever prays to me, principally servants, benefactors, and disciples, as well as all remaining sentient beings, living and dead, may the rays of the light of the 5 wisdoms completely purify all their degenerated vows and samaya right now. May all sufferings of the evil gone realm cease right now. May the 3 realms of samsara be emptied right now.
May all impure minds and their obscurations be purified. May all impure appearances be purified. May the 5 holy bodies of wisdom spontaneously arise. So we return to the text on page 106. That's good.
Compassionate protectors in degenerate times, 7 Siddharthas, Buddha, in holy Dharma, bodhisattvas and guardians, invited as a support and protector, refuge to protect others and myself. May you come here, gather and grant your blessing. Root Guru, whose kindness is without equal, King of the Chakras, Manjushri, Santoic figure, and so on, holding in their hands his profound sutra. To the direct and lineage Gurus I prostrate. The compassionate ones who liberate destitute beings, 7 Siddharthas, Buddha, Shakyamuni, and Holy Dharma, Manjushri, Kadro, Vajrapani, Brahma, Ishvara, and the Maharajas and Yakshas I prostrate. I make every collection of offerings actually arranged and imminent through the force of samadhi and aspiration. I confess all downfalls and negativities, rejoice in virtues. So we pause here. We pause to rejoice in virtues. So at this time, when we stop in this place, we rejoice in our own virtues, the past, present, and future, in the virtues of other sentient beings, of the past, present, and future, and also then the virtues of bodhisattvas, ordinary bodhisattvas and higher bodhisattvas, Arya bodhisattvas, and all the Guru Buddhas. Request and beseech and dedicate such virtues as these to the great enlightenment. Great Bhagavan assembly, pray, listen. 7 Siddharthas, just as you promised, your previous prayers will be fulfilled during the final period of Shakyamuni's teachings. Pray, show me in actuality it is true. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, renowned, glorious King of excellent science, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, renowned, glorious King of excellent science, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, renowned, glorious King of excellent science, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, renowned, glorious King of excellent science, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, renowned, glorious King of excellent science, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, renowned, glorious King of excellent science, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, renowned, glorious King of excellent science, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. Please may the pledges you made ripen upon myself and all sentient beings right now. May all my pure prayers succeed immediately. Golden Impala with the mudra granting refuge. For we accomplish 8 prayers majestic with the glory of humility. Glorious one of the Buddha field, unconquered by others. To renowned, glorious King of excellent science, I prostrate. In flowers and major marks, flourishing and pure. Anthers and minor signs like the beautiful body. One who sees, hears, or thinks of you is glorified. To renowned, glorious King of excellent science, I prostrate. I make every collection of offerings actually arranged and emanating. Through the force of mantra, samadhi, and aspiration, I confess all downfalls and negativities, rejoice in virtues. So pausing again to meditate on rejoicing. Request and beseech and dedicate such virtues as these to the great enlightenment. Through the force of hearing the conquerors, expressing it, remembering, prostrating, and offering, may all sentient beings such as us be freed from epidemics, execution, criminals, and spirits, have faculties fully complete, and the continuum of suffering and negativities cut, not fall to lower realms and experience the happiness of humans and gods. With hunger, thirst, and poverty pacified, may they be well, without torments of body such as bindings and beatings. without harm of tigers, lions, and snakes, with conflict pacified, endowed with loving minds and relieved from fear of flood as well. May we pass to fearless bliss. And when we pass away from this life, may be born from a lotus in that Buddha field, qualities complete. Become a vessel for transmitting the teachings of conquerors, such as renowned, glorious King of excellent science, and cause them delight. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, our heart, fully enlightened Buddha, King of melodious sound, brilliant radiance of skill, adore me, jewels, moon, and lotus, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, our heart, fully enlightened Buddha, King of melodious sound, brilliant radiance of skill, adore me, jewels, moon, and lotus, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, our heart, fully enlightened Buddha, King of melodious, brilliant radiance of skill, adore me, jewels, moon, and lotus, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, our heart, fully enlightened Buddha, King of melodious sound, brilliant radiance of skill, adore me, jewels, moon, and lotus, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, our heart, fully enlightened Buddha, King of melodious sound, brilliant radiance of skill, adore me, jewels, moon, and lotus, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, our heart, fully enlightened Buddha, King of melodious sound, brilliant radiance of skill, adore me, jewels, moon, and lotus, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, our heart, fully enlightened Buddha, King of melodious sound, brilliant radiance of skill, adore me, jewels, moon, and lotus, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. Please may the pledges you made ripen upon myself and all sentient beings right now. May all my pure prayers succeed immediately. Yellow in colour with the mudra of granting the supreme, for we accomplished 8 prayers majestic with the glory of full accumulation. Glory to one of the Buddha field endowed with jewels. I prostrate to King of melodious sound. Well adorned with jewel, moon, and lotus, wisdom expanded in mastery of all noble objects, endowed with a mind as deep as the ocean. I prostrate at the feet of King of melodious sound. I make every collection of offerings actually arranged and emanated through the force of mantra, samadhi, and aspiration. I confess all downfalls and negativities, rejoice in virtues. Request and beseech and dedicate such virtues as these to the great enlightenment, through the force of hearing the conqueror's name, expressing, remembering, prostrating for all sentient beings such as ourselves, may flourish in the Dharma, have wealth in gods of humans and gods, torment at conception, be always born human, never be separated from bodhicitta, increase in virtuous Dharma, purify obscurations and attain the happiness of humans and gods. May it be freed from being separated from the spiritual guide, from dark ages, spirit harm, death, and enemies, and from the dangers of isolated places. May we have enthusiasm for making offerings and performing ritual services. May lesser beings have samadhi, mindfulness, strength, and a dharani of non-forgetfulness, and attain supreme wisdom. May tormenting fires be pulled. And when we pass away from this life, may we be born from a lotus in that full qualities complete. Become a vessel for transmitting the teachings of conquerors, such as King of melodious sound, and cause them delight. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, our heart, fully enlightened, stainless, excellent gold, great jewel who accomplishes all vows, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, our heart, fully enlightened Buddha, stainless, excellent gold, great jewel who accomplishes all vows, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, our heart, fully enlightened Buddha, stainless, excellent gold, great jewel who accomplishes all vows, prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, our heart, fully enlightened Buddha, stainless, excellent gold, great jewel who accomplishes all vows, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, our heart, fully enlightened Buddha, stainless, excellent gold, great jewel who accomplishes all vows, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, our heart, fully enlightened Buddha, stainless, excellent gold, great jewel who accomplishes all vows, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, our heart, fully enlightened, stainless, excellent gold, great jewel who accomplishes all vows, prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. Please may the pledges you made ripen upon myself and all sentient beings right now. May all my pure prayers succeed immediately. Golden in color like the river San, whose Dharma teaching mudra, having accomplished all prayers, majestic with the glory of accumulation, glorious one of the Buddha-filled incense, I prostrate to stainless excellent gold. Paramount among golds like the gold of the river Sambhu, blazing with more radiance than 1,000 suns, body like a stainless golden stupid. I prostrate to stainless excellent gold. I make every collection of offerings actually arranged and emanated through the force of mantras, samadhi, and aspiration. I confess all downfalls and negativities, rejoice in virtue. Request and beseech and dedicate such virtues as these to the great enlightenment. Through the force of hearing the conqueror's name, expressing, remembering, prostrating, and offering, for all sentient beings such as ourselves, may the short-lived gain longevity, the poor full wealth, may combatants come to have a loving mind. May we not be without training and fall to the lower realms, but be bound by our vows and never without bodhicitta. And when we pass away from this life, may be born from a lotus in that Buddha field qualities complete, become a vessel for transmitting the teachers of conquerors, such as stainless excellent gold, and cause them delight. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, supreme glory, free from sorrow, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, supreme glory, free from sorrow, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, supreme glory, free from sorrow, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, supreme glory, free from sorrow, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, supreme glory, free from sorrow, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, supreme glory, free from sorrow, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, supreme glory, free from sorrow, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. Please may the pledges you made ripen upon myself and all sentient beings right now. May all my pure prayers succeed immediately. Light red in color with the mudra of meditative equipoise, for we accomplish all prayers majestic with the glory of true accumulation. Glorious one of the Buddha field without sorrow, I prostrate to supreme glory, free from sorrow. Pass beyond sorrow, attain to supreme bliss, pacify of sentient beings, free poisons and suffering, protector of beings of the sixth realm, the glorified one, supreme glory, free from sorrow. I prostrate. I make every collection of offerings as be arranged and emanating through the force of mantra, samadhi, and aspiration. I confess all downfalls and negativities, rejoice in virtue. Request and beseech and dedicate such virtues as these to the great enlightenment. Through the force of hearing the conqueror's name, expressing it, remembering, prostrating, and offering. For all sentient beings such as ourselves, may the sorrow and the like always be pacified, and life be long and happy. May the conqueror's light increase bliss and joy in the hells. May we have brightness, beauty, and wealth, unharmed by spirits. May we have love for each other, and may there be no disease. And when we pass away from this life, may we be born from a lotus in that Buddha field qualities complete, become a vessel for transmitting the teachers of conquerors, such as supreme glory, free from sorrow, and cause them to light. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, melodious ocean of reclaimed Dharma, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, melodious ocean of reclaimed Dharma, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, melodious ocean of reclaimed Dharma, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, melodious ocean of reclaimed Dharma, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, melodious ocean of proclaimed Dharma, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, melodious ocean of proclaimed Dharma, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, melodious ocean of proclaimed Dharma, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. Please may the pledges you made ripen upon myself and all sentient beings right now. May all my pure prayers succeed immediately. Pink in color with the mudra of teaching the Dharma, who accomplished 4 prayers, majestic with the glory of true accumulation. Glorious one of the Buddha field, victory banner of Dharma, I prostrate to this ocean of proclaimed Dharma. Great sound of Dharma, conquering adversaries, endowed with speech as deep as the ocean. Pacifier of beings suffering without exception. I prostrate to melodious ocean of proclaimed Dharma. I make every collection of offerings actually amazing and imminent. Through the force of mantra, samadhi, and aspirations, I confess all downfalls and negativities, rejoice in virtues. Request and beseech and dedicate such virtues as these to the great enlightenment. Through the force of hearing the conqueror's name, expressing it, remembering, prostrating, and offering. For all sentient beings such as ourselves may always have perfect view and faith. Hear the sound of Dharma and be enriched with bodhicitta. For the sake of resources, may we give up negativity, may wealth increase. May we abide in love, have long lives, and be content. And when we pass away from this life, may we be born from a lotus in that Buddha field, qualities complete. Become a vessel for transmitting the teachers of conquerors, such as the melodious ocean of proclaimed Dharma, cause them delight. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, delightful King of clear knowing, supreme wisdom of an ocean of Dharma, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, delightful King of clear knowing, supreme wisdom of an ocean of Dharma, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, delightful King of clear knowing, supreme wisdom of an ocean of Dharma, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, delightful King of clear knowing, supreme wisdom of an ocean of Dharma, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, delightful King of clear knowing, supreme wisdom of an ocean of Dharma, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, delightful King of clear knowing, supreme wisdom of an ocean of Dharma, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, delightful King of clear knowing, supreme wisdom of an ocean of Dharma, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. Please may the pledges you made ripen upon myself and all sentient beings right now. May all my pure prayers succeed immediately. Coral coloured with the mudra of granting the supreme. For we accomplish 4 prayers, majestic with the glory of true accumulation. Glorious one of the Buddha field, ocean of jewels, prostrate to King of clear knowing. Mine of profound Dharma wisdom, difficult to fathom, sporting in a pure sphere of truth. One who sees all noble objects directly, I prostrate to King of clear knowing. I make every collection of offerings actually arranged and emanated through the force of mantras, samadhi, and aspiration. I confess all downfalls and negativities, rejoice in virtues. Request and beseech and dedicate such virtues as these to the great enlightenment. Through the force of hearing the conqueror's name, expressing it, remembering, prostrating, and offering. For all sentient beings such as ourselves, may the distracted be free of enriching goods. May those on evil paths to lower realms attain the 10 virtues. May those controlled by others gain perfect independence, and all have long life, hear the names, and be virtuous. And when we pass away from this life, may we be born from a lotus Buddha field, qualities complete. become a vessel for transmitting the teachings of conquerors, such as King of Clear Knowing, and cause them to light. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened, Medicine Guru, King of Lapis Light, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, Medicine Guru, King of Lapis Light, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, Medicine Guru, King of Lapis Light, prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, Medicine Guru, King of Lapis Light, prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, Medicine Guru, King of Lapis Light, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, Medicine Guru, King of Lapis Light, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, Medicine Guru, King of Lapis Light, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. Please may the pledges you made ripen upon myself and all sentient beings right now. May all my pure prayers succeed immediately. Blue in colour with the mudra of granting the supreme, for we accomplish 12 prayers majestic with the glory of pure accumulation. Glorious one of the Buddha field, Lapis Light, I prostrate to Medicine Guru, King of Doctors. Bhagavan with equal compassion for all, whose name I may heard, dispel the suffering of the lower, dispeller of disease of the three poisons. I prostrate to Medicine Buddha, Lapis Light. I make every collection of offerings back to your rank and emanated through the force of mantra, samadhi, and aspiration. I confess all downfalls and negativities, rejoice in virtues. Request and procedure dedicate such virtues as these to the great enlightenment. Through the force of hearing the conqueror's name, expressing it, remembering, prostrating, and offering, may each and every sentient being, such as our souls, all become like you, graced with marks and signs. May the light dispelling the darkness, enjoyment of wisdom and skillful means be inexhaustible. May those attracted to mistaken and lesser paths enter Mayana paths, and all be beautified by their vows. May be free from pain caused by immorality, be complete in faculties and without disease, and have abundant goods. May those disillusioned with weakest conditions always have powerful faculties, and may be freed from Mara's noose and perverse viewpoints. May those tormented by kings gain bliss, and those who out of hunger support themselves through negativity be satisfied with food received in accordance with the Dharma. May hardships of heat and cold be pacified, and all good wishes be fulfilled. Endowed with morality that pleases the Aryas, may we be liberated. And when we pass away from this life, may we be born from a lotus in that Buddha field, qualities complete, become a vessel for transmitting the teachings of conquerors, such as Medicine Guru, King of Doctors, and cause them to light. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened, glorious conqueror Shakyamuni, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, glorious conqueror Shakyamuni, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, glorious conqueror Shakyamuni, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, glorious conqueror Shakyamuni, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, glorious conqueror Shakyamuni, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, glorious conqueror Shakyamuni, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, glorious conqueror Shakyamuni, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. Please may the pledges you made ripen upon myself and all sentient beings right now. May all my pure prayers succeed immediately. Golden in colour with the earth pressing mudra, who through the force of unique great compassion and enthusiasm became the glorious one of this fearless world system. I prostrate to Supreme Leader, head of the Shakyas, born in the Shakya lineage out of skillful means and compassion, unchallenged by others, conqueror of Mara's forces, body majestic as golden Mount Meru. I prostrate to the King of Shakyas. I make every collection of offerings that be arranged and emanated through the force of mantra, samadhi, and aspiration. I confess all downfalls and negativities, rejoice in virtues. Request and beseech and dedicate such virtues as these to the great enlightenment. Pray bless us and all beings who lack a protector to receive here immediately without exception the benefits as taught by the Supreme Teacher in the Extensi Sutra ritual of Medicine Buddha. Supreme lamp dispelling the darkness of ignorance, foremost of medicines alleviating suffering and disease, to the entire sublime jewel of Dharma, I prostrate, offer and go forever. Supreme lamp dispelling the darkness of ignorance, foremost of medicines alleviating suffering and disease, to the entire sublime jewel of Dharma, I prostrate, offer and go for refuge. Supreme lamp dispelling the darkness of ignorance, foremost of medicines alleviating suffering and disease, to the entire sublime jewel of Dharma, I prostrate, offer and go for refuge. Homage to the Mother of the Victorious Ones, perfection of wisdom and holy Dharma of the three people, who totally destroys the dark seed of suffering's and uproots the pain of suffering completely. I make every collection of offerings actually arranged and emanated through the force of mantra, samadhi, and aspiration. I confess all downfalls and negativities, rejoice in virtues. Request and beseech and dedicate such virtues as these to the great
enlightenment.
through the blessings of the truth of the holy Dharma jewel. May I and all others henceforth practice the Buddha's teachings in their entirety, exactly as the Buddha's intended. The conqueror's heart commitments were invoked by 36,000 sons of Siddharthas, including Manjushri, Kabdrol, and Vajrapani. Thus requested they proclaim these sutras' benefits. Pray manifest all of them for me here and now, and to the world to protect intellectual leaders as well, as you promised to do before previous teachers, to stop enemies, harmers, and epidemics, pacify all conflict, and increase physical and mental bliss, increase wealth, power, property, crops, and lifespan. Accomplish these desired goals as you wish, and always protect us without break. So now we come to the mantra recitation. So we'll recite the long mantra together 3 times, and then we'll recite the short mantra together 7 times, and then we'll complete the mala silent to ourselves. Namo Bhagavate Bekanse Guru Bhadra Prabharajaya Tathagataya Ahare Samasam Buddhaya Tayata Om Bekanse Bekanse Maha Bekanse Bekanse Raja Samagare So Om Namo Bhagavate Bekanse Guru Bhadra Prabharajaya Tathagataya Ahare Samasam Buddhaya Tayata Om Bekanse Bekanse Maha Bekanse Bekanse Raja Samagare So Om Namo Bhagavate Bekanse Guru Vajra Prabharajaya Tathagataya Ahare Samasam Buddhaya Tayata Om Bekanse Bekanse Maha Bekanse Bekanse Raja Samagare So Tayata Om Bekanse Bekanse Maha Bekanse Bekanse Raja Samagare So Tayata Om Bekanse Bekanse Maha Bekanse Bekanse Raja Samagare So Tayata Om Bekanse Bekanse Maha Bekanse Bekanse Raja Samagare So Tayata Om Bekanse Bekanse Maha Bekanse Bekanse Raja Samagare So Tayata Om Bekanse Bekanse Maha Bekanse Bekanse Raja Samagare So Tayata Om Bekanse Bekanse Maha Bekanse Bekanse Raja Samagare So Tayata Om Bekanse Bekanse Maha Bekanse Bekanse Raja Samagare So Tayata Om Bekanse Bekanse Ayata or vacancy, maha vacancy, Raja Samagate so Root Guru, whose kindness is without equal, King of the Chakras, Maker, Dharantarik, Peter, and so on, holding in their hands this profound sutra, to the direct and lineage gurus I prostrate, to the compassionate ones who liberate destitute beings, whose seventh Siddharthas, Buddha Sakyamuni, and the Holy Dharma, the Manjushri, Kajrol, Vajpani, Brahma, and Ishvara, and the Maharajas and Yakshas I prostrate. I make every collection of offerings actually arranged and emanated through the force of mantra, samadhi, and aspiration. I confess all downfalls and negativities, rejoice in virtues. Request and beseech and dedicate such virtues as these to the great enlightenment. Whatever I have done or caused to be done that was unprepared or degenerate or done with my deluded mind, please be patient with all of these. Whatever the beings of this degenerate age have done, of lesser merit mixed with ignorant delusion that did not fulfill the Arya's wishes, please be patient with these as well. Under the influence of miserliness, lacking skill, having made bad offerings or faulty arrangements, O protector endowed with great compassion, please be patient with these as well. Whatever was superfluous or left undone, degeneration in parts of the ritual or whatever was forgotten, please be patient with these as well. By remaining here together with this image for the sake of all my greatest, may you grant us long life, illness, power, and supreme attainment. Om Vajra Sisha Vajraye So. The hosts of medicine Buddha deities pervading all directions of the round of space with perfection. Some rain down multicolored lotuses, some singing kongs requesting goodness, some acted to conquer Maras and obstructors, and all bestowing on you supreme good fortune. Know this full well and be very joyful, and I shall voice sweet melody or expressing auspiciousness. Supreme teacher of humans and gods, touching my crown to your feet of jeweled moonlight, grants the glory of good fortune, Kamudras, flowers blossoming, to Manindra, moon to expounders I prostrate. Manjushri, great abbot, Shantarik, Shida, trees and debts, and Atisha, father and son, second conqueror, Losandrapa, and so on, through the auspiciousness of all collected good qualities of the supreme root and lineage gurus, may all negativity, degeneration be ended, and bliss and goodness increasing like the waxing moon. May it auspicious enjoy the glory of perfection, accomplishing a supreme ocean of prayers, invoking truth, during the teachings decline for protectorless beings who are untamed by other sun-like conquerors, through the auspiciousness of all collected good qualities of those seven Siddharthas, protectors during degenerate times. May all negativity and generation be ended, bliss and goodness increasing like the waxing moon. May it be auspicious to enjoy the glory of perfection, arising well from the broad lotus-like tongue of the Lord of the able ones, especially exalted in even the later days of the Shakya's teaching, such that if performed, one gains the essence of immortality's ambrosia, through the auspiciousness of all collected good qualities of that King of the vast and profound Sutra Pitaka. May all negativity and generation be ended, and bliss and goodness increasing like the waxing moon. May it be auspicious to enjoy the glory through the auspiciousness of all collected good qualities of those children of the lineage performing the sutra ritual, by simply reciting the names of the kings or doctors of all realms, 10 directions, and through the especially extensive prayers of the teacher, Buddha, and the Siddharthas. May all negativity, degeneration be ended, and bliss and goodness increasing like the waxing moon. May it be auspicious to enjoy the glory of perfection, accomplished through the compassion mantra of the Siddharthas, through faith, samadhi, words of truth, construction of jewels, abode of the three jewels beyond the three realms, through the auspiciousness of all collected good qualities of that supreme Buddha field equal to Sukhavati. May all negativity, degeneration be ended, and bliss and goodness increasing like the waxing moon. May it be auspicious to enjoy the glory of perfection. The dedication.
dedication to the minute. May all obstacles be quickly dissolved, may enable Didi to quickly receive her spine surgeries with no more hidden costs, and may they produce the most auspicious outcomes for all beings through her increased capacity to care skillfully for her children who suffer on her behalf, and to successfully bring all beings to the blissful state of Buddhahood right here and now. For Chris Dowling, who died the 2nd of June, may Chris move on with a peaceful mind to her next life. May she have a precious human rebirth in all her future lives, develop an interest in the spiritual life early, and meet authentic teachers and continue to develop her mind, her kind heart and wise mind right up until full awakening. We've got a donor, Sue Allen, for Fiona Finlayson for brain and breast cancer. Terry for Terry Wayne for the Sakadawa Duchin. A donor, Ross, for George Jim Blackwell, who died. Kiri for Chris Gwynn, a good friend and loyal Dharma practitioner buddy to us all. Deborah for Cassie the dog, her death. Eleonora, this was for the long life of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. May His Holiness the Dalai Lama have a long and healthy life, and may we follow advice of His Holiness, leading our life with compassion and wisdom. Venerable Thupten for Sakadawa, that Lama Zopa Rinpoche returns quickly and returns the wheel of Dharma for all sentient beings. From Nikki for Natalie Speed, please pray for peace and positive rebirth for my beautiful daughter Natalie. For Janine for Yucky the cat. Sarah for Richard Gallo, his health obstacles. Special dedication for the new Gompa and Centre Development Project to come to fruition in accordance with Geshe Punsuk Sultran's vast vision, and that may it benefit endless sentient beings. For harmony and prosperity for CI and CNC, success in all grant applications made by CI, and for Caro and Venerable Kumpin's visa application to be successful. May His Holiness the Dalai Lama have a long and healthy life. May all his work for the Tibetan people and peace throughout the world have great success. May all his students and followers be harmonious and gain great realizations. May all his holy wishes be effortlessly and spontaneously fulfilled. Please pray and dedicate for Lama Zopa Rinpoche to be reborn as quickly as possible in a place where he can become very quickly recognized and be of most benefit to sentient beings. May Tenzin Osao Hita have a long and stable life. May all his wishes be fulfilled and his projects be successful. May Khensa Rinpoche, Losang Riksen, Geshe Losang Janyan, Geshe Punsok Sutram, and all our precious teachers have good health, success, and long life. May we always meet such infinitely kind teachers who inspire us to enter the Mahayana path and teach us the methods to attain enlightenment. May all obstacles for the building of the Maitreya statue be instantly removed. May this great statue be accomplished quickly according to the holy wishes of Lama Yeshe and Kapche Lama Zopa Rinpoche. May all those who rely upon and have made specific requests to Kapche Lama Zopa Rinpoche be free of all obstacles for having a long and healthy life. May they be able to achieve all the realizations of the path in this lifetime, and may all their activities please the Guru. In all their lives, may they be guided by qualified Mahayana virtuous friends, and may all their Dhamma wishes succeed immediately. May all the students and friends who work so hard for the FPMT in service of the Dhamma, who sacrifice their lives for the Buddha's teachings and relieve the sufferings of sentient beings, have long and healthy lives. May they realize to the path enlightenment as quickly as possible. May all the sponsors and benefactors of Chenrezig Institute, especially the 1,000 Alma of Chenrezig members and their families, have long and healthy lives and realize all their Dhamma wishes quickly. May the Gabi Gabi people in whose country Chenrezig Institute sits have healthy and happy lives. We pay our respects to the elders, both past and present. Please pray for the following people to be reborn in a pure land or take a perfect human rebirth, meet perfectly qualified Mahayana Guru, Mahayana teachings, and quickly become enlightened. All those killed due to war, terrorism, or natural disasters, and all those who have met an untimely death. all those who have died from COVID-19, and all those who have died in the war between Russia and Ukraine. The Sangha, Vin Chisare, Vikshumi Tiknyudwan, Peter Wells, Jerry Joe Lowry, Bob Mayman, Kie Hui Wang, Father Bob McGuire, Lou Locklin, Monboon, Astro K-pop, Colin Faulkner, Steve Angus, Shakal Agarwal, Anne G. Kai, John Weber, Lau Fran Yin, Chul Van Mee, Barry Humphreys, Sundar Jav, Merton Batar, Montserrat Ferrer Pradina, Miri Hoi Wei, Rosabella Mazzoloni, Julian Adamoli, Joshua Michaels, Madame Chloe Yao King, George Golga Jim Blackwell, John Verminger, Riverdina Tota, Grace Farley, Jock Zonfrillo, Lee DeChin, Chai Yai Lin, Dorothy Jean Parkin, Romero de Costa Lopez, Ni Toitron, Merv Masker, Awang Po His, Arnaris Antinatis, Francis O'Lorahan, Eric Bocher, Sebastian de Klerk, Carl Edward Mossoriti, Mai Loi Tong, Panfilo Casadali, Nue Min Chu, Nue Tan Long, Brian Alder, Chris Gwynn, Gori Aichin, Amy Collins, Carl Mindlo, Stephen Annie Conchock's son, Alice Maria Wittemans, Barry Beck, Randy Rowley, Leo Nex, Robert James Allen, Natalie Angeles Hernandez Rios, Mr. Kang Bak Kui, Alec Little, True Van Moon, Daniel Brooks, Anita Frenetis, Claire Nowland, Carolyn Harris, Kevin Smith, Nicole Biger, Tina Turner, Keith Melrose, Nita Lillian Ross, Twy Bunt, Geoffrey, Jean Perea Testa, Paul Roberts, Nui Yang Yen, Christine Monperut, Christine Yuen Wald, Wei Choi Tang, Lau Pen Ying, Mina Andrews, Zoe Craig, Andy Peacock, Chris Dowling, and Lou Collins. Please pray for a perfect human rebirth for the following animals: all those killed during gardening, cleaning, and other activities at the centre: Winnie the dog, Lily the dog, Marble the dog, Cassie the dog, Mana Bird at Coolum, Max Gowers the cat, Spider and Venerable Else's toilet, Baby Gecko, and Yucky the cat. We make prayers to the deities of the elements for the following people with health and life obstacles: for Sangha, Kenta Rinpoche, Geshe Tashi Sering, Ven K Minor, Ven Nawang Tupten, Annie Fran, Ven Tupten Pema, Ven Tupten Radrol. All those affected by COVID-19, all those affected by the war between Russia and Ukraine, all asylum seekers in detention, and all those being cared for by Corona and Chidamani hospices. John McRae, Christina Russo, Renate Ogilvie, Christine Malloy, Christine Dowling, Diane Gee, Sue Allen, Vivian Vickery, Skylar Elizabeth Battaz, Jan Cloglin, Jane Disher, Hazel Rosenberg, Belinda Rosenberg, Marie Palmer, Clint Palmer, Antonita, Amanda Knuth, Nicole Harradine, Ruby Carme, Mick Eastwood, Josette Shaw, Fiona Finlayson, Kylie Fraser and Luke, Joanna Pullett, Linz from Woodby, Warren Gibson, Jean Phillips, David Gee, Sally Fitzpatrick, Sandy Smith, Catherine Mayer, Paul Cloglin, Ian McDonald, Meta Ransom, Brian and Eileen, Marie Sexton, Rochelle Bennett, Patricia from Crystal Walkers, Alistair Gonzalo, Richard Gillow. We also make prayers for the following animals who are unwell: all those animals in Australia's Zoo Wildlife Hospital, all animals facing slaughter, exploitation, all animals caught in bushfires, floods, and droughts. Obey the dog, Cleo the cat, Zach the dog, and Buddy the dog. May the hearts of people throughout the world be filled with tolerance, understanding, and compassion for each other. May the leaders of nations recall their responsibility for the well-being of their citizens, ensuring that their actions are guided by wisdom, courage, and compassion. May all those who are experiencing pain, fear, and devastation as a result of war, terrorism, and natural disasters be instantly relieved of their sufferings. And we pray that peace, happiness, and harmony prevail throughout the 10 directions where all sentient beings dwell.
Oh, goodness. Thanks. Someone's.
So we continue on page 134, the dedication prayers. Gewadi nudu da lama sange dugune jawa chika malupa jai sala gopa sho janju semcho rinpoche ma ke panan ke guchi kewa nampa me payan gone gondu pawa sho. Just as a brave Manjushri and Samantha Bhadratu realize things as they are, I too dedicate all these merits in the best way, that I may follow their perfect example. I dedicate all these roots of virtue, the dedication praised as the best, by the victorious ones thus gone of the 3 times, so I might perform good works. Due to all the merits accumulated over the 3 times by myself and all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, which are empty from their own side, may the I, who is empty from its own side, achieve the state of enlightenment which is empty from its own side, and lead all sentient beings who are empty from their own side to that state as quickly as possible by myself alone. Because of all the merits of the 3 times created by me and all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and other sentient beings, may there be no wars, famines, disease, quarreling, fighting, or unhappy minds. May there be great prosperity, and may everything needed be easily obtained. May all the human beings in the world be guided by spiritual leaders teaching only Dharma, and may everyone enjoy the happiness of Dharma. So now we're going to recite the King of Prayers. So on a Medicine Buddha Day, the nuns and monks of Chenrezig Institute recite the King of Prayers to generate merit for all of our benefactors. So this is the reason for reciting the King of Prayers. And of course, on today, it is multiplied 100,000 times or 300,000 times. And so we'd like to dedicate the merit of reciting this to all our benefactors. Oh, sorry. Page 344. I'm so sorry. In the gold book. Yeah, 344. I bow down to the youthful Arya Manjushri, you lions among humans gone to freedom in the present, past, and future. In the world's of 10 directions, to all of you with body, speech, and sincere mind, I bow down. With the energy of aspiration for the Bodhisattva way, the sense of deep respect, and with many bodies as atoms of the world, to all you Buddhas visualize as real, I bow down. On every atom are Buddhas, numberless as atoms, each amidst a host of bodhisattvas. And I am confident the sphere of all phenomena is entirely filled with Buddhas in this way. With infinite oceans of praise for you and oceans of sound from the aspects of my voice, I sing the breathtaking excellence of Buddhas and celebrate all of you gone to bliss. Beautiful flowers and regal garlands, sweet music, scented oils and parasols, sparkling lights and sublime incense are offered to you, victorious ones. Fine dress and fragrant perfume, sandalwood powder, heaped high as Mount Meru. All wondrous offerings in spectacular array are offered to you, victorious ones. With transcendent offerings, peerless and vast, with profound admiration for all the Buddhas, with strength and conviction in the Bodhisattva way, I offer and bow down to all victorious ones. Every harmful action I have done with my body, speech, and mind, overwhelmed by attachment, anger, and confusion, all these I openly lay bare before you. I lift up my heart and rejoice in all positive potential of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas in 10 directions, of solitary realizers here is still training and those beyond, and of all ordinary beings. You who are the bright lights of worlds in 10 directions, who have attained a Buddha's omniscience through the stages of awakening, all you who are my guides, please turn the supreme will of Dharma. With palms together, I earnestly request you who may actualize paranirvana, please stay with us for eons, numberless as atoms of the world, the happiness and well-being of all wanderers in samsara. Whatever slight paying homage, offering and acknowledging my faults, rejoicing, requesting that the Buddhas stay and teach. I now dedicate all this for full awakening. May you Buddhas now living in worlds of 10 directions, and all of you gone to freedom in the past accept my offerings. May those not yet arisen quickly perfect their minds, awakening as fully enlightened ones. May all worlds in 10 directions be entirely pure and vast. May they be filled with bodhisattvas surrounding Buddhas gathered beneath the Bodhi tree. May as many beings as exist in 10 directions be always well and happy. May all samsaric beings live in accord with the Dharma, and may their every Dharma wish be remembering my past lives in all varieties of existence, the practice of bodhisattva way, and thus in each cycle of death, migration, and birth, may it always abandon the householder's life. Then following in the footsteps of all the Buddhas and perfecting the practice of a bodhisattva, may it always act without error, with ethical discipline, faultless and pure. May I teach the Dharma in the language of gods, every language of spirits and nagas, of humans and of demons, and in the voice of every form of being. May I be gentle-minded, cultivating the 6 pyramids, and never forget bodhicitta. May I completely cleanse without omission every negative and all that obscures this awakening mind. May I traverse all my lives in the world free of karma, afflictions, and interfering forces, just as the lotus blossom is undisturbed by the water's way. Just as the sun and moon move unhindered through the sky, may it ease the suffering in the lower realms and in the many directions and dimensions of the universe. May I guide all wanderers in samsara to the pure bliss of awakening and be a worldly benefit to them as well. May I practice constantly for eons to come, perfecting the activities of awakening, acting in harmony with the various dispositions of beings, showing the ways of bodhisattva. May I always have the friendship of those whose path is like mine, and with body, words, and also mind, may we practice together the same aspirations and activities. May I always meet a spiritual mentor and never displease that excellent friend who deeply wishes to help me and expertly teaches the bodhisattva way. May I always directly see the Buddhas, masters encircled by bodhisattvas, and without pause or discouragement for eons to come, may I make extensive offerings to them. May I hold within me the Buddha's genuine Dharma, illuminate everywhere the teachings that awaken, embody the realizations of a bodhisattva, and practice ardently in all future eons. While circling through all states of existence, may I become an endless treasure of good qualities, skillful means, wisdom, samadhi, and liberating stabilization, gathering limitless pristine wisdom and positive potential. On one atom I shall see Buddha fields numberless as atoms, inconceivable Buddhas among bodhisattvas in every field, practicing the activities of awakening. Perceiving this in all directions, I dive into an ocean of Buddha fields, each an ocean of 3 times Buddhas in the space of a wisp of hair. So I too will practice for an ocean of eons. Thus I am continually immersed in the speech of the Buddha's expression that reveals an ocean of qualities in one word, the completely pure eloquence of all the Buddhas, communication suited to the varied tendencies of beings. With strength of understanding, I plunge into the enlightened speech of the Dharma of all Buddhas in 3 times gone to freedom, who continually turn the wheel of Dharma methods. I shall experience in one moment such vast activity of all future eons, and I will enter into all eons of 3 times in but a fraction of a second. In one instant, I shall see all those awakened beings, past, present, and future lions among humans, and with the power of the illusion-like stabilization, I will constantly engage in their inconceivable activity. I shall manifest upon one single atom the array of pure lands, present, past, and future. Likewise, I shall enter the array of pure Buddha fields in every direction without exception. I shall enter the very presence of all my guides, those lights of this world who are yet to appear, those sequentially turning the wheels of complete awakening, those who reveal nirvana, final perfect peace. May I achieve the power of swift magical emanation, the power to lead to the great vehicle through every approach, the power of always beneficial activity, the power of love pervading all realms, power of all surpassing positive potential, the power of supreme knowledge unobstructed by discrimination, and through the powers of wisdom, skillful means, and samadhi, may I achieve the perfect power of awakening, purifying the power of all contaminated action, crushing the power of disturbing emotions at their root, diffusing the power of interfering forces. I shall perfect the power of the bodhisattva practice. May I purify an ocean of worlds. May I free an ocean of beings. May I clearly see an ocean of Dharma. May I realize an ocean of pristine wisdom. May I purify an ocean of activities. May I fulfill an ocean of aspiration. May I make offerings to an ocean of Buddhas. May I practice without discouragement for an ocean of eons. To awaken fully through this bodhisattva way, I shall fulfill without exception all the diverse aspirations of the awakening practice. of all Buddhas gone to free them in the 3 times everywhere, in order to practice exactly as the wise one called Samantabhadra, all embracing good, the elder brother of the sons and daughters of the Buddhas, I completely dedicate all this goodness. Likewise, may I dedicate just as skillful Samantabhadra, with pure body, speech, and mind, pure actions, and pure Buddha feels. I should give rise to the aspirations of Manjushri for this bodhisattva practice of all embracing good, to perfect these practices without discouragement or pause. May my pure activities be endless, my good qualities boundless, and through abiding in immeasurable activity may I actualize infinite emanations. Limitless is the end of space, likewise limitless are living beings, thus limitless are karma and affliction. May my aspirations reach be limitless as well. One may offer to the Buddhas all wealth and adornments of infinite worlds in 10 directions, and one may offer during eons numberless as atoms of the world, even the greatest happiness of gods and humans. But whoever hears his extraordinary aspiration and longing for highest awakening gives rise to faith just once, creates far more precious positive potential. Those who make this heartfelt aspiration for the Bodhisattva way be free of all lower rebirths, free of harmful companions, and will quickly see Amitabha, infinite light. And even in this very human life, they'll be nourished by happiness and have all conducive circumstances. Without waiting long, they'll become like Samantabhadra himself. Those who give voice extraordinary aspiration will quickly and completely purify the 5 boundless harmful actions created under the power of ignorance. Blessed with supreme knowledge, excellent body, family, attributes, and appearance, they'll be invincible to vast interfering forces and misleading teachers, and all the 3 worlds will make offerings. Going quickly to the noble Bodhi tree and sitting there to benefit sentient beings, subduing all interfering forces, they will fully awaken and turn the great wheel of Dharma. Hope no doubt that complete awakening is the fully ripened result, comprehended only by a Buddha, of holding in mind by teaching, reading, or reciting this aspiration of the Bodhisattva practice, in order to train just like the hero Manjushri who knows reality as it is, and just like Samantabhadra as well. I completely dedicate all this goodness just as they did. With that dedication, which is praised by all the Buddhas gone to freedom in 3 times, I too dedicate all my roots of goodness for the attainments of the Bodhisattva practice. When the moment of my death arrives, by eliminating all obscuration and directly perceiving Amitabha, may I go immediately to Sukhavati, pure land. Having gone to Sukhavati, may I actualize the meaning of these aspirations, fulfilling them all without exception for the benefit of beings for as long as this world endures. Born from extremely beautiful superlative lotus, in this joyful land, the Buddha's magnificent mandala, may I receive a prediction of my awakening directly from the Buddha Amitabha. Having received a prediction there, may I create vast benefit for beings throughout the 10 directions with 1 billion emanations by the power of wisdom. Through even the small virtue I've accumulated by offering this prayer of the Bodhisattva practice, may all positive aspirations of beings be fulfilled in an instant. Through creating limitless positive potential by dedicating this prayer of Samantabhadra's deeds, may all beings drowning in this torrent of suffering enter the presence of Amitabha. Through this king of aspirations, which is the greatest of the sublime, helping infinite wanderers in samsara, through the accomplishment of this scripture, dazzling with Samantabhadra's practice, may suffering realms be utterly emptied of all beings. So now we have a dedication for our benefactor donors.
The nuns and monks of Chenrezig Institute dedicate the merit of these practices to all those who contribute to the Sangha Fund, Jamison for establishing it, Gilda for administering it, and all those who have offered material assistance to the individual nuns and monks. May these benefactors quickly perfect the practice of generosity. We pray that all obstacles to their Dharma wishes be instantly removed, and that in this and all their lives they enjoy all the conditions and resources needed to practice the path. May it be quickly actualized in their mind stream. We pray that by studying and practicing with great energy in accordance with our Guru's instructions, and by living purely in our vows, we may be a pure and powerful field of merit, able to benefit everyone who encounters us, and that in this and all our future lives, we may be able to benefit the Dharma and all our kind mother sentient beings. By this merit of generosity, of rejoicing, and of pure conduct, may the precious mind of bodhicitta be born in those whom it has not been generated. May that which has been generated never decline, but increase more and more.
Thank you very much. And so now we'll go to page 321 in the gold book and the retreat prayer book for a dedication and the long life prayers. And swift return booklet if you have it. If Lama's over in Boucher to requesting a swift return. If you have that one, there will be start on page 5 in a moment. Janchu semcho rinpoche ma ke panam ke guchi ke pa ne pa me pa yi gone gandu pewasho jite kam dear pante manu pa gane shove sampel no kadrin so me tenzin socho kuse chanching toshe lun 322 Tony Niche Shunju Shupeno Che Che Salze Ganche Chen Drogo Shana Pemo Tenzi Gasola Soa Jeso Shedon Lu. And now the swift return booklet, page 5. Peerless teacher and assembly of the children of the victorious one, Shravakas and Pradika Buddhists, victorious law saying father and sons, along with the lineage masters, all the objects of refuge of infinite lands, please bestow the virtue and goodness of accomplishing this here and now, holding and spreading the Muni's precious and complete teachings through explanation and practice. You wore the armor of patience that is never discouraged. Incomparable, venerable Guru, to you I make request, while striving single-pointedly for the sake of the victorious one's teachings, sole gateway through which all benefit and happiness emerge, and for mother living beings who suddenly departed to peace. What a great loss. Nevertheless, through the undeceiving truth of the blessings, the ocean of the three jewels, and the great waves of bodhicitta of the children of the victorious ones, may the smile of a reincarnation swiftly beam in glory for fortunate disciples. Page 9. Patient in bearing the hardships of spreading the teachings of the Muni in general, and the teachings of victorious Jamgon Tsongkhapa in hundreds of directions. Lord of Dharma, holding the 3 vows and wearing saffron robes, please quickly return us the glory of the peerless teachings. You held the teachings of explanation and practice with great asceticism, unable to bear that transmigratory beings are confused by the darkness of suffering. Through your great loving kindness, you skillfully led them to happiness. Unparalleled son of the teachings, please return quickly. Beautified by the ornament of supreme patience in increasing the practice of the supreme authentic teachings of the victorious one, through listening, reflection, and meditation, guide of all transmigrated beings along the perfect path, true and perfect pure Guru, please return quickly. The next page, page 12. Guru, think of me. Guru, consider me. Most gracious root Guru, care for me. Most gracious root Guru, do not deprive us of your compassionate refuge. Listen and consider this heartfelt prayer made by a tormented disciple. Guru, embodiment of the Buddhas of the 3 times, please bless me. You may rest in all-pervading great bliss, equipoised within the dark, unimpeded luminosity. Yet the playful dance of your loving compassion emanates in myriad ways. The time has come for the return of the swift appearance of your magical wisdom, the Rupakaya, and for you to care for us once again with your affectionate compassion. Arise, arise, arise from the Dharmakaya. I invoke you, I call upon you, I implore you on behalf of all beings. Do not rest in Kachara or other pure realms, rather to benefit the Buddha's teachings and all living beings. Swiftly return to this southern continent to spread the Buddha Dharma of study and realization. Quickly return to guide us, poor wretched beings, such is the desperate cry of us, your disciples. return so that we may actually behold your presence, receive the blessings of your body, speech, and mind. All violations, errors, mistakes, and broken samaya that we have made in relation to your body, speech, mind, and spontaneous activity through our being confused and conceiving things in erroneous ways, we confess within the luminous emptiness of your three tires. Of everything auspicious, the supreme auspiciousness, may there be the auspiciousness of emptiness and compassion. May there be the auspiciousness of a timely meeting between master and disciples. Through the force of the truth of unchanging substance, may the unmistaken incarnation return quickly. This lament was made by me, a Dakini, with pure faith and samaya, her eyes filled with tears of sorrow. May these wishes of a beggar woman be fulfilled through the blessings of the deities of the three roots. Perception, its object, and the perceiver, all dissolve within the expanse, the blissful clarity of suchness. So we'll return to page 323, halfway down. I fully dedicate all these virtues to be able to train just like the Hiramanjushri who knows reality, and just like Samantabhadra as well. I fully dedicate all my roots of virtue with the dedication praises the best by all the gone beyond witness of the three times in order to have good conduct. For the Dharma King, Sankappa's love to flourish. May all signs of obstacles be pacified and all conducive conditions be complete. Due to the two types of merit of the three times for myself and others, may the teaching victorious one, Losang Drapa, shine resplendent forever. And sorry, I just forgot to recite the long life prayer for Kenso Rinpoche Geshe Tashi Seri. Losang Gawani Pelo Chon Ten Shantan Dripa Pelata Dragon Brixao Kauden Jetsun Sinsepe Jetsun Lame Shabla Soaje. Right. Yeah, we can do them.
What?
374 multiplying mantras will increase the merit, the 300,000.
Goodness.
The
The universe contain it.
So 374. Chamden de Chinchapatra Champaya Nampa Nancy Oki Gapala Chatsalo Jantu Simpa Simpa Chimpo Kuntu Sapala Chatsalo Tayata Pensudria Ababadani Soha On Durzai Migi So Tayata Pensudria Ababadani Soha On Durzai Migi So Tayata Pensudria Avabadani 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 Soha On Durzai Migi So Chomden de Chinchapadra Champayan Dampa Sampe Sange Mangela Vedi Uki Kapala Chasa Chomden de Chinchapadra Champayan Dampa Sampe Sange No One Toman Lab Chapter Rep Chupe Gopala Chasa Due to the blessings, the eminent victorious ones and the bodies, the truth of infallible dependent arising and the power of my pure special attitude taking responsibility, may all the aims of my pure prayers be accomplished. Great. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Pema. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Talia.
Thank you, Pema.
Tijenan, Geshila.
Thank you, Yeshua. Thank you for coming.
Everyone. Can I now please invite everyone to join us upstairs in the Gongpa for a special presentation to our Korean Dharma brothers and sisters.
Sure.
You all join us. That'll be wonderful. Yes. Well, this secret.
Oh, thank you. It's not the old man, isn't it? Long life, Puja.
You look nice.
Lovely.
So are they finished upstairs?
They're finished? Right.
They are? Wow, how did we time that? It's like 4:15. Oh, okay.
We're gonna go for the Koreans.
Yeah.
For the Koreans.
Yeah, so they're probably finished quicker.
Yeah. Oh, no, that would never have happened.
Never,
No, never,
not with
not
us.
at all. Elsa's strict on her time.
She is, isn't she?
Yeah. Okay, so what have we got? We've got Marla. Phone. This.
No, I'll just leave it. I'll have to come and do the practice later anyway, so.
Did you have one of those big plans? I kind of really good.